Okay, great. I think we'll get started. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to welcome all of you to Family Legal Care's sixth annual Pro Bono celebration. I'm Sarah Nolan, the new CEO of Family Legal Care. I started in July of last year, and I'm really looking forward to spending the next half hour celebrating you and our incredible Pro Bono program. My background is in immigration law. My expertise is in building sustainable and community-focused access to justice programs for youth and families to connect them to legal help. I was drawn to lead family legal care because I believe very strongly in our model of empowering parents and caregivers to advocate for themselves in family court. This pro bono program we're going to celebrate today is a key and very compelling component of our model. The limited scope legal consultation and remote aspect of our work is very unique, allowing us to bring resources and help through you into family court at scale and in a way that really works for both the volunteers and the parents and caregivers that we serve. Personally, this is meaningful to me. I worked at a large law firm early in my career and got my start as a public interest lawyer through pro bono. I represented a Tibetan asylum seeker, my first pro bono case, and for me, that impact was profound. The light bulb went off. This is why I wanted to go to law school. I felt like I was using my legal training to really help change the trajectory of someone's life. So I thank you all, first and foremost, for taking the time to do that, to invest in helping others in that way. I'm sure you have felt something similar, which inspires you to be here today. The power of that connection, the listening, providing knowledge, and empowering someone else to navigate very complicated and emotional situations. And I also know many of you have done this without being yourselves an expert in family law. So we really have to take a leap of faith to learn about it and put yourself out there. So I thank you for that. And also, most people don't think or know much about family court unless they're there themselves. And through your pro bono work, you have a special view into the issues and challenges of working in family court that then become ability to share that with others and spread awareness about family court and what we do. And as a sign of the times this year, the challenges in family court are as real as ever. The Chief Judge Wilson this year, in his State of the Judiciary address last month, highlighted family court. He called it like an involuntary haunted train ride with stops at decrepit or abandoned stations. So that's a very vivid description of what it's like to be in a litigant in family court and really underscores the importance of the work you are doing with our litigants and as volunteers to really try to help navigate a very, very challenging situation. So I just again want to thank you for being here and helping us to spread awareness about some of the challenges that we see. Lastly, I want to thank the incredible legal care staff for the thoughtfulness and the time they put into the program. This program has grown so much over the last few years, which we'll hear more about. I'm very proud of the accomplishments, and it's really possible because of the excellent training, support, and attention to detail that they put into the program. So thanks a million to them. And next, you will hear more from them about this amazing work. We'll have a few fun trivia questions to get everyone warmed up, and then we'll conclude with remarks from the treasurer of our board of directors. So with that, I'm happy to introduce Sammy Ingram, our wonderful director of pro bono, and she will continue with the rest of the program. Thank you.
Thanks, Sarah. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. This is our very small way to say thank you for all your hard work and dedication. I'm excited to share some what I think is very interesting data on the impact of your hard work. But before we do that, I am thrilled to let my team personally introduce themselves to you all. You've received many emails from them, I'm sure, sometimes some phone calls. So I would love for them to put a face to their names and tell you a little bit more about their role here. So we will start with Kate.
Hi, everyone. My name's Kate. I am the Pro Bono Program Coordinator, so I probably emailed every single one of you in the past. So I've been at Family Legal Care for a little over a year now, and I've loved working not only with this team, but with the clients that we serve every day. I work with them through intakes. I help develop their case referrals, and I work with them following up after their consultation if they need more assistance. So I've been loving being able to see the full life cycle of a case and kind of seeing like how progress is made throughout court dates, hearings, things like that. I recently had a client who was fleeing a domestic violence situation, and she decided to file for child support and custody for her birthday as a gift to herself, to move on from this relationship. So that was I just a nice anecdote to share with everyone. And it's very excited to work with the family legal care team and the attorney that they're going to be working with. So that is me.
Thank you, Kate. I'll turn it over to Leiden.
Cool. Hey, good morning. I'm Leanne Donnelly. I am one of the two pro bono staff attorneys in the pro bono program. And I've been at Family Legal Care for a little over 2 years. Yeah, and then just Sammy asked us to share a little bit about what we kind of appreciate or what's striking to us about what the work we do. And so for me, um, what I would say is on my mind right now is that it's really rewarding when we have clients come back to us and tell us that they feel confident and prepared to go into court because it's such a scary thing to do when you're going in representing yourself as a pro se litigant in court. And so to have people come to us and say that their consultations with our pro bono attorneys really make them feel confident and ready to go forward and represent themselves is just really nice to hear, and it just lets us know that we're doing what we're setting out to do, and that's with the help of all of you, so we really appreciate you.
Thanks. And to Blythe.
I'm Blythe Hawthorne. I am the other pro bono staff attorney. I also wear a little bit of an outreach hat managing our community partners in the rest of the state outside of New York City. And I accepted my family legal care job offer 6 years ago to this day. So I've been here 6 years, or a little less, but and it's been a wonderful journey to help Sammy build this program from two pro bono partners with 5 consultations 6 years ago to now 25 partners and nearly 60 consultations a month. It's just been a real dream. And I am so proud of the work that our pro bono attorneys can do in just 1 hour. It really amazes me that we always emphasize to our clients that they can reach back out to us for help as their case goes along. But I think what is a telling statistic is how many folks feel like they got what they needed from that limited scope consultation. Um, that said, the story that I wanted to quickly highlight in my short introduction time is a story that felt like captured the haunted train ride really well. One of the volunteers on this call with me, who I know doesn't love being put in the spotlight, but I'm going to put him in the spotlight anyways, is Stephen Haber, who's worked closely with us for most of this 6 years. And he worked very closely with a client and I almost over this entire 6 years. This person filed for paternity right after their child was born. Their child is now 7, and it took 6 years to finally get a final order. And there were so many steps and all this stuff. And I just really want to appreciate the folks who not only signed up for 1 consultation or 2 consultations, but have really decided that they want to build family legal care into their lives and have made, a really consistent commitment, and thank them for their dedication, because at the very end of this haunted train ride, we were able to get it so that this person had a light at the end of the tunnel for their child support arrears, and that felt amazing. So thank you all for letting me be a part of this project.
Thank you, team. I feel so lucky to have such an awesome team here to support you all. So again, I'm Sammy. I've been at Family Legal Care for just about 7 years now. One of my favorite things, there's many, but one of them about growing this program has been working with all of you, most of whom have had no prior family court experience, and really opening your eyes to what family court is like and how different it is from, the court systems that maybe you practice in on a daily basis. I've been thinking a lot more about like systemic change and wide scale changes to the inequities in family court. And I think that for every extra person we can introduce to family court and show them kind of the realities of what it's like to be a pro se litigant there, that'll hopefully lead to some more impactful, wide scale change in the future. So thank you for your dedication to that. Okay, I'm going to take a moment to share my screen here and dive into some fun data. Hmm, 1 second. Okay. Okay, so thank you all again for being here this morning. This is our very small way of saying thank you to everyone in our pro bono community. And by that, I include our pro bono attorney volunteers, of course, our coordinators and advocates at all of our partner firms and companies, plus our intake volunteers and everyone on our team internally who helps support this program. I'm excited to now share this presentation to look back at the past year. So this is all encompassing the data from 2025 and to share that with you and our impact in this past year. Before we dive in, just to make it a little exciting and interactive, we have some fun family legal care pro bono trivia. Some hints may have been given in our intros, but just to keep it super informal, if you want to open your chat and plug in some guesses as to answers to these questions as we go through them, I thought that would be a fun way to start. So, when was Family Legal Care founded, and when did we start giving legal advice versus just legal information? So it's a kind of a two-parter to start us off. So when was Family Legal Care founded? And then you can guess a year or a number of years ago. And then when did we start actually giving advice? I'm sure many of you are thinking, but I'm going to dive ahead so that we don't run out of time here. Family Legal Care was founded in 1996. So this year we're actually celebrating our 30th anniversary. We will be honoring that at our annual gala on June 3rd, but it's a really important milestone year for us and exciting. Even though we were founded in 1996, we only provided legal information for those first many years and only started giving legal advice and forming that attorney-client relationship in 2018. So that's still a relatively new construct for us. The next question was how many pro bono partner firms and companies did we work with in 2025? Blythe mentioned in her intro that back in 2020, when this program was started, we had two kind of pilot partners. And now in this past year, we had 22 consistent pro bono partner firms and companies. So that's a huge moment of growth for us. Next question is how many pro bono attorneys volunteered with us in 2025? The chat is still open if you'd like to put in guesses, but I will just keep going nonetheless. Um, so in 2025, we had a record high number of attorneys volunteer with us. And that was 197 individual. Good guess, Michelle. Very close. 197 was the actual number of volunteer attorneys. And this last question here, how many, this is a basic geography question too, but how many counties are in New York State just as it exists? And then in how many counties do family legal care pro bono clients have cases? So even being a lifelong New Yorker, maybe this is pathetic, but I never knew how many counties were in the state until I started working in this program. So in New York, there are 62 counties, which may you find surprising. And in 2025, we had clients with cases in 48 of those 62 counties. So that's a huge geographic range for this program. Okay. So I think most of us are quite familiar with our pro bono program, but here are just some highlights that make our program unique and particularly impactful. So our program was founded on and still is based on using technology and the convenience of remote services to help increase access to justice for New York family court litigants. We use our limited scope representation model, just like in our other services at Family Legal Care, and that really focuses on empowering our clients, and also it helps make our pro bono work possible for our busy pro bono attorneys. Recognizing that family law is not your daily area of practice, we aim to provide a lot of support and guidance along the way, before, during, and after your consultations. And we hope that that support makes you feel comfortable and confident, and in turn, leading to a greater impact on our clients and their cases. So here is a graph to show how our program has grown in terms of the number of consultations since we officially kicked things off after a brief pilot phase. And as you can see, we've just continued to grow tremendously year to year. And in 2025, pro bono attorneys completed 621 consultations with 569 different or unique clients, which means that a significant number of our clients came back for a follow-up consultation after their first meeting. This increasing number of litigants that we've been able to assist year to year is all thanks to you. We would not be able to help this many clients without your dedication and support. And this is really one of the wonderful things I think about our pro bono program, that each one of these 621 clients is essentially an extra person or consultation that we wouldn't be able to do without your support. So that's huge. Thank you. As I gave away in my trivia questions, in 2025, we had 197 attorneys volunteer with us. So that means that 197 attorneys completed those 621 consultations, which means that many of you are doing multiple consultations. And whether you're doing one or multiple consultations a month or just volunteering a couple times a year, either way, you're making a real impact on a real person's life and their case. And I think one of the wonderful things about our program is that you're able to volunteer on a schedule that works for you. And it's flexible in that way, which I hope you all enjoy as well. Now, of all the data we can share about our program, one of the things I'm most proud of is the commitment of our volunteers. And I think how for many of you, once you do this work and get comfortable with it, you keep coming back for more. So as this shows, over half of our attorney volunteers have been working with us for at least 2 years. And amazingly, a significant number of volunteers have been working with us for 4, 5, or even 6 years since the conception of the program. I feel so fortunate and so lucky to have such committed volunteers, and really thank you for sticking with this and coming back month to month or year to year, time and time again. Now, our pro bono volunteers see one side or perspective of our program, and I just want to take a minute to demystify this flow chart and tell you more about how family legal care staff supports clients in conjunction with our pro bono volunteers. And that's, again, before you meet with clients and after your case is closed, after you end that consultation with them. So before you meet with a client, family legal care staff, including our helpline, our program associates at our lit hubs in some of the New York City courts, our volunteers and interns, a whole host of people on family legal care side can play a part by conducting an intake with a potential client. Then my team, Blythe, Leadon, and Kate, edit and share those intakes with you as what we call case referrals. We also contact all clients the day before their consultations to confirm their appointment, give them whatever needed kind of initial information they might need, and remind them to share relevant or important court documents or background documents with us so that you can then review them ahead of time. I know how vital background documents can be in some cases, and how the advice you can give may be limited or generalized without this information. But just to take a moment to acknowledge that since we don't have access directly to the court records, we need to rely on our clients to provide them. So we do a lot of legwork behind the scenes to try and help our clients get those documents. That can be extra challenging when they have limited tech proficiency, but just so you know, we are trying as hard as we possibly can to get you those documents when they're critical to the advice that you might give. So after we prepare a case, this is where you come in to do the consultation with the client. Most of our clients get the assistance they need in just that one consultation, which is a real testament to the impact you can have in a 1 hour consultation. And when you sign off there, your case is, resolved, they're closed at the end of the consultation. That said, a significant portion of our clients do come back to us at Family Legal Care and request more assistance. And in 2025, it was about 25% of our clients came back and requested more help. That could be the next day after your consultation, or it could be a year or two later after you first met with them. And in this past year, we wanted to be able to better assist clients who were coming back for more help. So we added a new type of support called what we call a touch point. And what that means is that it allows us internally to more officially support smaller questions from clients when they come back to us for more help. And in these touch points, a family legal care staff attorney, usually Leadon or Blythe, will give the client brief, additional legal advice in follow-up to your consultation. Typically shorter conversations by email or phone or even Teams sometimes, 15, 25 minutes or so. And the reason they're doing this is that it doesn't necessarily warrant a full 1 hour consultation with a pro bono attorney and all of the prep that requires, both on your end and our end. So for example, right, a pro bono attorney may help a client understand their rights and draft a petition for them. The client goes on to file that petition, and then the client comes back to us and says, I need some help with service now. One of our attorneys internally can give them a 10-minute, 15-minute conversation about how to serve, give them advice about that. Whereas that wasn't necessarily, as I like to say, meaty enough to schedule another consultation with a pro bono attorney, but it's critical advice that we can provide to them in-house. In 2025, our family legal care pro bono attorneys, staff attorneys, excuse me, did 167 touch points. So I think that just shows that this new type of support or communication was really fulfilling a need for our clients. Now, the touch points are how we can continue to support clients internally, but when clients come back for more help, and sometimes we've triaged with the touch point, some of the requests do merit a longer conversation, more in-depth advice, and then we will try to rematch that client with the original pro bono attorney they met with. We've received feedback from both clients and attorneys that you like this continuity and meeting with clients again, but again, there's no obligation to do so, and we can always schedule that client with a different attorney. And in 2025, of those 621 total consultations, 81 of those were follow-ups, meaning that that client came back for another full 1 hour consult with a pro bono attorney, whether it was their second, third, or fourth consultation, and usually met with the same attorney that they originally met with, but again, it can be a different attorney. So I hope this kind of demystifies that process a bit. I'm going to skip through this next story, just in the interest of time, and focus on another way that our pro bono attorneys support clients is by drafting court filings or documents, petitions for them, so that they can get their case started on the right foot. So in this past year, pro bono attorneys drafted documents for clients in 182 consultations. That's a really significant portion of our consults. That's usually drafting a single petition, but it could be multiple petitions in a single consultation. This is a real increase from the prior year in 2024 when we drafted documents for clients in 126 consultations. So clearly a growing need. Now, how do our clients come to the pro bono program? And interestingly, the majority of our clients actually come from what we call internal referrals or from other programs at Family Legal Care. So that can be from our helpline or our program associates at our lit hubs in the New York City family courts. They're giving litigants information, and if that client needs more individualized advice, they can schedule them to meet with a pro bono attorney. Our Digital Justice Initiative, or DJI tools, are also another wonderful way for clients to request assistance. So on our Family Law Navigator or our Guided Court Forms, which is a newer program, at the end of those digital tools, a client can actually, or a litigant at that point, can request a consultation with an attorney. And that will then lead to us reaching out to them, doing an intake, and perhaps ultimately scheduling them to meet with one of you. And in addition to our internal referrals, we still have strong referral relationships with other community organizations across the state. And they send us clients that they're not able to assist for a variety of reasons. So that's the 22% of people who come from different community partner referrals. And I think a large part of those referrals is what leads to our great geographic reach of the program. As I said before, we have in this past year advised clients with cases in 48 of New York's 62 counties. And even interestingly, a lot of our clients live outside of New York State altogether, or even outside of the country, and we can still assist them as long as jurisdiction for their case lies in New York State. Most common counties where our clients had cases remain the New York City's 5 boroughs, Long Island, based on our strong referral relationships there in Suffolk and Nassau County, and then also what we call the Capital Region, Albany and Schenectady and Westchester. And those are all due to our strong referral relationships there. We get a lot of positive feedback from clients about how helpful our pro bono attorneys are. And here are just some quotes from real clients, thanking you and appreciating your hard work on their behalf. And before we wrap this up, I just want to extend a heartfelt thank you to our partner firms and companies and all the individual attorneys and support staff who worked with us and our clients in 2025. In this past year, we formed partnerships with 3 new law firm and corporate pro bono partners. That's DLA Piper, Pfizer, and Demaris. In addition to, we also work with Skadden and Lathan, who are not pictured here, but this is just, I feel so lucky to have the support of this incredible community of pro bono partners. And I thank all of you for your hard work and dedication. And I'm going to turn it over now to Jane Koltsova, who is a member of our board of directors.
Great. Thanks, Sammy. And thank you all for joining us today. My name is Jane Koltsova. I've had the privilege of serving on the board of Family Legal Care for just about 6 years. Currently, I'm the treasurer and head of the Audit and Finance Committee. And when people ask me why I continue to stay involved with FLC, the answer is smooth and simple. I continue to be moved by the absolutely profound impact that this organization has on our community. We know that navigating New York's family court system is incredibly difficult, often occurring during the toughest moments of a person's life. FLC is there to ensure that parents and caregivers aren't walking that path alone, helping them understand their rights, secure custody, and find the protections that they need with both warmth and utmost professionalism. From my vantage point on the Finance Committee, I see the numbers that power this mission. To put it in perspective, FLC is very lean and we are highly efficient with a staff of under 30 and a budget of approximately $4 million. The reach on that budget and staff is incredible and staggering. Last year alone, we provided roughly 3,000 consultations and handled 16,000 helpline communications. Our legal resources guides were accessed nearly 200,000 times, and that's in addition to all of the pro bono work that's been done and discussed. All of that said, it's clear that the need across the 5 boroughs remains far greater than our staff can meet alone, and that's exactly where you all come in. Thinking about those numbers and the growth that Sammy discussed, the pro bono program is one of our greatest force multipliers at FLC. It allows us to leverage the immense talent and resources of the private bar to expand our services far beyond what our small budget would otherwise allow. Echoing Blythe, I've watched this particular program grow significantly over my 6 years on the board, and your personal time, your energy, your dedication as volunteers, as well as financial support as partners, these are not just extra, they're truly integral to our success. You are a major piece of the bridge that helps our clients move from crisis to the best possible outcome. And before we wrap up, I wouldn't be a board member if I didn't invite you to keep this momentum going. Our 30th anniversary gala is coming up on June 3rd. It's going to be a wonderful night, and we'll be honoring 2 of our incredible partners, Skadden and BNY specifically. To the firms already supporting us, a sincere thank you. To those considering deeper involvement, I, along with Kristen, would love to chat with you about how your contributions can further our reach even more. Thank you again for everything that you do for family legal care, and I look forward to celebrating with many of you this June. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day, everybody. Thank you.